Hey, do you want to play games for a good cause? Join Extra Life, a community of 50,000 gamers all over the world who play games to heal kids at Children's Miracle Network hospitals. Find out more at extra-life.org.
What's up, Deuterinos? Welcome back to the Game Addicts Podcast, a show where we talk about the modern and retro video games that we play and collect. I am this podcast player one, Brando, and sitting next to me is this podcast player two, Mike.
Oh, hello.
What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 99 of the podcast, live right here on Twitch. If you're watching us, hello out there. Welcome to the show. We got a great show with you, or for you here today, with lots of stuff to talk about. We actually have pickups, my pickups. You almost had pickups. Kind of. Amiibo? You got Amiibo coming in the mail?
Yeah, I don't know when it's supposed to be.
Do you even
here.
know, like, what did you order?
That's the Ridley Pop.
Ridley Pop.
Or not Pop. Amiibo.
Ridley Amiibo. Well, I got some pickups. We got a lot of news to talk about, some Red Dead, some Fallout, and then some other tidbits along the way that I found and saw during the week. Thank you guys so much for checking out this episode. And I also want to get this right out of the way from the gate. If you saw this from the get-go, if you're just joining us, we put a little video at the beginning of our show that we're going to do leading up to this. We are going to be taking part in the Extra Life fundraising charity on November 3rd, Saturday. Of course, it's a 24-hour charity stream, and we are probably going to be doing less than that, maybe 12 to 18 hours, depending on how much I can do, because you and me have dedicated 12. Just the two of us.
Yes.
And I might do some more later after I get some sleep. But Extra Life, we're going to be playing games. We're going to be playing Fallout. We're going to be playing Red Dead, maybe some other stuff. Maybe when I go to stream after I get home and get some sleep and I get up, maybe that's when I'll start my Mass Effect retrospective.
There you go.
Yeah, so, I mean, I kind of wanted to do it. Maybe I'll save it for that, and that way we can, play some of the more newer stuff, and we'll get hopefully a lot of people to come in, and hopefully a lot of people to come in and donate to a great cause like Extra Life, giving this money directly to these hospitals. Our hospital will be our local Indianapolis Riley Hospital. I'm so happy. That's the one that we're giving to. I actually know people who have gone there and who are actually currently getting treatment there. So great cause, guys. Please tune in to that live stream. We're going to be sharing the crap out of that as we go forward here. And, of course, we're going to be reminding you in every single podcast, beginning and end, that way you guys just get hammered into your heads, because I'm so excited to actually take a part of this. I've wanted to do this for years.
Yeah.
Like, I've mentioned this, I think, like 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, you did.
Before we really even got rolling on the podcast. And, like, I wanted to do that, and I wanted to involve, like, 70 people. I wanted to just, like, wanted to get a whole group of us together and play some old games. Maybe next year, when we get some converters to HDMI, when we get some all this other kind of stuff, maybe we can throw in some more retro stuff in there, some Mario Kart 64, some GoldenEye, so something like that. I don't have my converter yet, and I probably will not have it by then, but we are going to be playing some awesome Fallout 76, going to be playing some Red Dead Redemption 2, and of course, if the servers are busted and broken, we're going to be playing something else. We're going to have something else.
Yeah, we'll have something else.
Down there. We're going to actually have. Me and him are actually going to talk, and we will make up like a schedule. That way, you guys will know what we're playing, and then we're gonna have an alternative schedule just in case, like for the Fallout block, if that's unavailable. Right. You guys are, you guys will be able to see what we're gonna be doing and where we're gonna be doing it. With that being said, Mike, how's it going today?
It's good. Found out it's December 7th for the Amiibo, so I'm way out of the way.
Wait, hold on. So you're not
my Amiibo?
Your Amiibo is not coming until December
7th.
Okay.
Which is when?
That is when
Smash.
Okay, yeah, I get it. Okay, yeah,
I was hoping it would come before.
I was gonna say, like, now that you mention that, like, that's a little early.
Yeah.
Well,
I was hoping before.
We got excited for no reason, I guess.
I did. I thought it was because I don't pay attention to that enough. So basically, Joanna looks at it and goes, "Oh crap, we're getting ready to have stuff. We got to pay a bunch of stuff off."
Mm-hmm.
So when she's like, "It's getting ready to come out," I'm thinking, "Ooh!" And then we get a box, and I'm like, "Yee!" Nope, not it.
Anyway, guys, if you guys tune in on Twitch, feel free to chat along with us and chime in. If I see it, we're definitely going to talk about it. If I don't see anybody's chat, just know that we're going to set aside some time at the end of the show to make sure we mention everybody's questions. If anybody has anything along the way, feel free to chime in. With that being said, we got a lot of actual news to talk about. And,
there is.
Well, and it's kind of like, I always say it's surprising because it always seems like as I'm leading up to the next show and I'm like, man, I don't really have much to talk about. And then all of a sudden the day of, oh, this, oh, that,
It's kind of how it's been for us.
A little bit.
So is it like Wednesdays or information release days?
Not really, because then there's like enough stuff for me to even talk about on Plus.
Right.
Which, by the way, on Facebook Live, almost every Sunday. So I've missed one, so I'm not every other Sunday. So Sundays, stay tuned. I might be doing an extra show live on Facebook. So go to our facebook.com/GameAddictsPlay. If that's the name
You
of
looked
it.
at me like, play?
It's on the screen. I'm pretty sure. If I wouldn't have put it on the screen if it wasn't accurate.
Okay.
I would have looked that up.
Well, it didn't show up on my screen.
Well, my screen is right here, and
my
I
screen
didn't
is
seen it. It's
is
time.
black.
Anyway,
Well, now it's Goku.
my shirt is Goku today. I keep forgetting I have this shirt. It always gets misplaced.
It's a cool shirt.
I got this
like
from Ripped Apparel. They're one of my favorite grab websites. Like those like the flash sale websites where they put up T-shirts for like only like 24 or 48 hours, and then you got to pay like $20 for it. Got this for like $13, and it's a mock-up of like Amazing Spider-Man, but it's Amazing Ultra Instinct. The same artist did one with Broly, with the amazing the amazing Legendary Super Saiyan. Yeah, so kind of cool, and especially with the new Broly movie coming out, which we're going to go see in theaters.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to do this show today, and as I said, we were going to be talking about some news. Well, guess what? First thing we're going to be talking about is Taco Bell.
Right?
Are you hungry?
Well, you know that Taco Bell is taboo in this house because once Taco Bell has been said, she can hear us. I guarantee it. Once she just chuckled. Once Taco Bell is said, she has to have Taco Bell.
Do you like chalupas? No. Okay.
She said no. For those that could not hear her.
All right. So Taco Bell's giving away an Xbox One X bundle. So they're bringing back. They've done this a few years. They did it with PS4. Now they've done it like the past couple of years with Xbox. Yep. So what do you get? Well, you get an Xbox One X bundle, which is a great freaking 4K system.
Yeah.
I mean, I am like, this is kind of weird for me to be in this spot where I'm like heralding and waving the flag of the Xbox. I'm like, this is a freaking great system. For anybody who doesn't, and they're like, man, I'm just thinking about getting a really good console. Get the S or get the X. If you don't care about exclusives at all, like I want to play some exclusives and I just want to try out gaming, I would get an Xbox.
Here's the thing though. I'm going to jump on the Sony pony.
Hey, I love Sony.
The exclusives are phenomenal on Sony's end. They are literally knocking it out of the park with these, and I just can't praise the games enough. Now, I haven't played God of War. I need to sit down and play through it, but
you do.
I have played the other ones, so it wouldn't be that big of a deal.
Okay, so here's the thing. Because I've been harping on you to play God of War.
Yeah.
There's a big game I didn't play.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I didn't play Horizon.
You did not.
Shame on you. Well, I was busy. I was
Shame.
busy because Mass Effect came out.
Shame.
Andromeda came out.
I know.
Right at the same time. And then Breath of the Wild was out.
Yeah, I know.
It was a bad time.
We were taking it home tonight.
Well,
I mean, I'm not going to stream it or play it.
Well, I'm not going to stream or play it either because I've been playing Metal Gear Solid right here on the Twitch stream, and I've also been I've been playing some Xbox Game Pass. I haven't played any more of Quantum Break since the last time we talked last week, but I plan on it. I want to play some more of it. I actually played some Spider-Man last night and just swung around and did more crimes.
I've been playing Kerbal.
So Spider-Man's DLC is coming out.
Yes,
next week.
It is,
but not enough about that. Because we got to finish the Xbox thing.
Yes.
We just started tangenting. I have the picture up. The picture means this is what we're talking about. So what do you guys get? You get the console. You get the Elite controller, which is like $130 freaking controller.
It is.
You get 3 months of live and 3 months of Game Pass. You can't beat that.
No.
You get all these games right off the bat. And, of course, if those games have online, you already have 3 months of live to be able to go out and check that out as well. Great opportunity if you do not have a console. If you've been like, I'm thinking about it, maybe. Or if you're like me.
Does it say how many they're giving away?
You making me read the article?
Yep.
Okay, so when does it start? October 18th, and we run all the way to the November 21st. We hope you like chalupas because it's a $5 double chalupa box. From here, you'll text the unique code and randomly select winners every 10 minutes.
Okay, so basically all it is every 10 minutes they will select a random one. So
when do the bundles arrive? According to the site, as early as 72 hours after you've won.
Wow.
No. The giveaway comes at the perfect time because Xbox just rolled out a pretty massive update for the consoles, including Alexa support with the shiny new avatar systems. For more about that, go here. So
don't care about the avatar systems.
Alexa? Really? The Xbox skill for Cortana and Alexa is available today. In the U.S., this feature enables people to use their voice and navigate and interact with the Xbox through Cortana and Alexa-enabled devices, expanding voice navigation beyond previous Kinect and headset capabilities. With the Xbox skill, people can use voice commands to power on and off their console, adjust volume, launch games and apps, start and stop broadcasts on mixers, capture screenshots, and more. For example,
whoopsie.
It's a good thing these mics are like, you actually need, like,
yeah,
I wouldn't have picked that up. He tooted. For example, if you have the Xbox skill enabled on your Echo, just say, Alexa, launch Forza Horizon 4, and this command will automatically turn on your console, sign you in, launch Forza Horizon 4, and look for the Xbox skill. Oh, look for it in the in the Alexa skill store or whatever. So if you have an Alexa enabled device in your house, you can use that to power on your console.
Nope. I just have Alexa.
Well, I mean, like if you had an Xbox, you could do it.
Right.
I've actually used back when I first started streaming and was going to stream and didn't have this and didn't have anything else. I got a Kinect for the Xbox One. I actually got one, right? And I plugged it in and I toyed around with the voice commands.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it. And in fact, it was a little easier to find stuff because even though they've redone stuff and it's better, some stuff's still kind of like, man, where is that at?
It's easy because you can just literally say,
Hey, Cortana. Launch YouTube.
Right.
Boom. What's up?
I like the voice stuff. I mean, I use it.
Hey, Cortana, go home. And guess what? Boom, you go home.
I use Siri a lot.
Right.
So I like the voice command stuff.
I do too. I really dig the voice command stuff. It's just a matter of like, I don't have enough use for it.
Right.
If it were in the living room and Wyatt couldn't get to the Xbox, which is why I don't keep the Xbox out there because I have the old original model that can't go on its side. It's pretty much like plop. And then he can go, ha, and turn it off.
Right.
Or on, or eject the damn disc. Or shove a disc into another system like he did at one point.
Yes.
He shoved some game into the Wii U upside down. I can't remember what game it was.
Luckily, it ejected it.
Yeah, it came out just fine.
Anyways.
So, a game I have been playing on Game Pass, Hitman. I'm an old Hitman fan.
Yeah.
I like Hitman. It's fun. Different. Out of the box. Well, they are making a second season.
Nice.
And they just announced the first main target for the first mission.
Who would it be?
Sean Bean. Good old Ned Stark.
Huh.
Article on comicbook.com says, actor Sean Bean just can't catch a break. If there's one thing he's known for is the ability to die a great death. Because of that, shouldn't be surprised that his involvement in the upcoming Hitman 2 role is to die. As you can see Bean in action in the video announcement above. The top article where we where we see the actor as Mark Foba, a man that can be seen opening up to his therapist about his approach to contract killing. And though things didn't go well for his therapist, things are about to go even worse for Faba as he becomes Agent 47's new target in a new elusive mission. So, so the first elusive target mission called The Undying will make its grand debut on November 20th, with the game itself releasing on November 13th for Xbox One and PS4. So basically, kind of how this works is that elusive targets, you have a window to go get them.
Right.
Now, when you play Hitman you have it's a little bit different. You have a main campaign and you unlock maps, and you have different targets for different maps. So like
right.
you'll open up like a big wide area, and then there'll be different targets, and an elusive target will be on a certain map during a certain window of time for you to go get him. And after that, he'll be gone forever. You won't be able to get him.
Really?
Well, I don't know forever, but you won't be able to get him
for a limited amount of time.
So that's awesome. I'm a huge Sean Bean fan. I think he's a great actor.
Yes.
So like I look forward to playing that eventually down the road.
But he is good at dying.
He is. He dies in almost everything that he is in. You are correct.
He's very good at dying.
Almost everything. So, sir.
Yes, sir.
Before we get to one of the big topics for the week, which we already kind of talked about, the old N64 thing that we talked about.
Do we have an official list?
No.
Okay.
No. This is still you and me just, going. Also, it's kind of weird because this is one of the first time we started early enough for the sun to still be up.
Yeah.
And I could see.
We got up early today.
Well, we did, and I could see all the lights on the blinds.
Can you really?
Yeah. Look at that.
Oh man.
We are such professionals.
We're up here in this professionalism.
We are as professional as you can be.
We're just two guys. At least we're not two guys on a couch.
You know what though?
Holding their mics like this.
Well, there's that, but also like Team Four Star and how they have their chairs. I would love to have that set up with their big green screen wall. That'd be neat.
Well, we do have a green screen.
We do. So there's a new system coming out, a new retro system. We talk about modern and retro stuff here.
Yeah, what's this new system?
This is made by Analogue. Do you remember Analogue?
I do remember Analogue.
The NES Analogue system was a system that cost $500.
Yeah.
And played NES games and Famicom.
Yeah.
And it hooked up via HDMI. And the difference is, unlike a lot of systems, even the Polymega,
right?
It's not emulation. It's 100% recreating in modern technology that console. And it's made by one dude. And he goes through and tests every single game himself.
That's crazy.
And he gets it working, and he figures out the little tweaks and this and that. Too much of this, not enough of that. Okay, got to work on this tomorrow. And he does it just because he loves it. So we're getting one for the Sega. For the Sega Genesis. I got to find it. It is called the Analogue Mega SG. A reimagining of the 16-bit Sega Genesis. The official product page for it explains the system is all about in terms of performance. We set out to design the definitive way to explore Sega's 8. Oh, they're doing 16 and 8-bit. So if you have Master System games, it'll play those too.
Nice.
So it is 2-in-1, just like the Nintendo. Well, Nintendo. Actually, I'm pretty sure that this will play any region as well, or at least it should. So, a reimagining of the underdog that led the 16-bit revolution. Re-engineered with an FPGA, no emulation, 1080p, zero lag, total accuracy, Mega SG is not a plug-and-play toy. Compatible with the 2,180-plus Genesis, Mega Drive, and Master System game library. Explore and relive one of the greatest video game systems of all time with no compromises, the company noted in its thing. Just like the Super NT, the Mega SG uses the most advanced retro gaming upscaling on the planet. No other video game system is like one from Analogue. Every pixel is razor sharp with accurate, stunning colors, not to mention true lagless video output. You can finally play Sega wirelessly and lag-free with 8BitDo's high-quality retro M30 controller. We partnered up with 8BitDo to offer matching controllers for the Mega SG, including wireless 2.4G receiver at a discounted price. Recently opened up pre-orders for the system, and after a brief traffic issue that temporarily crashed the site.
Yeah, because everybody
wanted
wanted
they're
it.
back up and running with all 4 systems available for pre-order at $189. They are set to ship sometime around in April, and
that's pretty cool,
dude. As a retro video game lover, this stuff is keeping those physical games alive.
Yes,
you can go to emulation, you can go and do that, but it's not the same. It isn't the same because emulation isn't going to 100% tackle the accuracies in these games. You're going to have sound differences, some visual glitches. You're going to get pretty good emulation, but nothing. Dog meat.
My bull in a China store dog.
Yeah. But nothing beats playing physical media on a physical platform. You know? It's going to play flawlessly, and I applaud this guy.
I can't believe how much time.
Oh, I know.
Can you imagine the time to sit down and do every single game?
Well, right. Well,
game.
number one, he's got to get a hold of them all.
Right.
And then, and like the controller from 8-Bit though looks pretty freaking cool. I don't know if you can see that.
I can.
It's kind of like a mixture of that, of the, like, it's almost kind of like a Saturn kind of controller with the way it's shaped. But, of course, it's got the 6-button layout, right? So,
right.
That's why it's got 6-button and the little, like, shape. Kind of reminds me of, but I like the Saturn controller.
Yeah.
And, 8-Bit is amazing.
It is. Yes, they are. My Super controller feels fantastic.
Yeah.
Other than the bounce is a little more firm, but it is very close.
Now, the only thing, okay, so the original, the original NT, right? The Analogue NT. So that one is the most expensive. That's like, okay, so the original Nintendo, it'll play all 2000 Nintendo games on one console. It has 4 controller inputs for those rare games that include capability. You don't need a multi-tap. It's all 1080, right? It's compatible with wireless 8-bit adapters. But I guess with that new one, you don't even need an adapter. I like how they have all these specs, and it's like, how much is it? Because I want to say that the regular Nintendo is like the most expensive at $500. But with the Super, well, actually, I guess I could go to the store. Okay, so this. Oh, cool. So you can get different color variations, or ones tailored for each system, for each region. So you get the regular one in the black for the Sega, for the Mega SG, and 190, one for the US, Japan, and Europe. So it's tailored probably for power and also for different world like you get different you get different power supplies, and you have different refresh rates or whatever. Like European games play faster over here because of how their TV interprets the signal. And then you have a white version of that, and then of course you can get for $25 you can get the standalone second controllers of the Segas. But then this is the Super. They got the regular Super colors, and they got the all black, and then the Famicom, and that's the same price. That is and then they have the limited transparent one that's no longer available for the Super. And then the NT Classic Mini, $450. They're both out of stock though. Maybe hopefully hopefully he'll get a chance to kind of redo that and maybe bring the price down. Because I think, okay, so
that's a lot.
Yeah, $450 and $500 or whatever. That's too much for me.
Yeah,
to me that's like cool. Never gonna buy that.
$189 is doable.
Yes, I think I in a perfect world, I think $150 would be better. But I totally get with the quality and what this guy has, what they've put forward and how good these are. I'd be willing to pay $190. If I was that big a fan, like, you know how tempting it is? Like, if I had a bigger collection of both of those, right?
Yeah.
I'd be tempted.
Right.
I'd be tempted because I can do HDMI to my TV with my cart that I'm a collector of.
Right.
And that speaks to a lot of people, especially people who want to keep collecting as we continue on down this road of basically going all digital eventually.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
It will happen, but I also think, like vinyl and how vinyl is keeping physical media for music alive, I think there's going to be something available.
There is no sound better than a vinyl sound. Period. There's no way around it. I don't care what anyone else freaking says.
Earlier this year,
vinyl is gorgeous to listen to.
Earlier this year, you saw me and go on my splurge and buy all those.
It's just, this is like your explanation of the song that you listen to from Iced Earth, where you put it in and you just sit there for a minute and you looked around unsure of where your location was.
Well, because you sound like you're right next to it.
I
like
love
in the room,
sound.
You know?
It's just I grew up with one, and obviously everything started going CD, cassette. Cassettes. I'm sorry, but cassettes were garbage.
They're coming back too.
Garbage.
Can you believe that? Cassettes are coming back. In November, when Metallica releases their remastered version of Justice, they're putting it out on cassette. You can buy it. You can pre-order it for $10.
That's crazy.
Because there are cassette collectors.
I mean, that's cool, but the sound quality on a cassette is this.
I totally get you. It's no.
And growing up in the age that we did, everybody had that Walkman that fit in their back pocket.
Right.
I mean, that's what you bought. That's what I always had. Even when the MP3s came out, I was like, CD's better.
I got my first MP3 player the day of my senior trip. Or actually the day before my senior trip. So I could load it up with some songs.
That's pretty cool.
I could only hold like 56 songs on it. Because it didn't have a lot of memory. It had a spot where the battery port was to put in a SD card.
Yeah.
And we didn't have any SD cards.
Oh, that sucks.
Because they were too expensive.
I bought a knockoff.
That's back in 2005.
I bought like a knockoff of the really good MP3 players.
Mine was a knockoff too. I know it was like a weird little. I really wish I still had it. I don't know what happened to it, but that thing was my go-to for a couple of years, and then I was anti-Apple. I still am anti-Apple. I've never owned an iPhone.
I like my iPhone, but I also do not like the limitations. I'm a tinkerer. Yeah. I like to mess with stuff. I don't like the fact that I'm stuck with this, but I also like the fact that I'm stuck with this because there are things that can severely crash your phone.
What are you up to?
He's just wondering.
Hey, dog meat, what are you up to?
I think Joanna took off, so he's kind of alone.
Hey, what's going on?
He doesn't like to be alone, do you, buddy?
All right, so I never wanted an iPod. So I went out of my way to do some research and find another brand, something else. Something better than what I had, but not an iPod. And I found one, and it was garbage. It was a piece of crap. I couldn't even get it to work. So I took it back, bought an iPod. And that iPod lasted me a long time. It finally died, and I replaced it with another iPod. I still have that one. The battery is shot.
Right.
But I had like 5,000 songs on it.
So on mine, I had the old classic.
Yep.
So the big one, the biggest one you could get. I used it when I was in Iraq. When I came back and lived with my friend, he would throw parties when I would go to drill because I stepped into the reserves after I got out of active duty.
Right.
And freaking gone. I come home and I'm like, where's my iPod? I don't know. Where's all my medication? I don't know.
Ooh, nah, that's not good.
Yeah, and it wasn't like it was pain meds. It was antibiotics. So somebody stole antibiotics thinking, oh, man, look at all this big old jar of antibiotics. Because in the military, they always give you like 3 months supply of like malaria stuff. And it was just an antibiotic, and I didn't use it, and I had it, and I was feeling sick, so I used them. And yeah, this dude freaking took it.
Antibiotics, and when he gets really sick, that's just not gonna work.
Well, I don't understand why they're getting messed up, man.
What? My antibiotics not working? Because you're immune now.
Yeah,
you idiot. So the N64 Classic has not been officially revealed. It's still a rumor. There's a dude, a YouTuber. What's his name here?
Yeah, what's your name?
I don't.
Little girl.
Nintendo Life, Alex Olney. He has taken it upon himself to make a YouTube video explaining why the leak is anything but official. Granted, there's a lot of folks that are throwing out these theories, but he notes some interesting evidence that point out why it's a fake. He noted that while the images were leaked in a previous story look legitimate, once you take a closer look at the item, you may notice a few things that stand out. The big thing, according to Olney, is the typography. Wow, I can't speak. Did I say that correctly? Typography?
Yeah, I would say that's what it looks like to me.
Okay. Sometimes I have an issue where like my tongue wants to like fold over when I say certain words. Typography. So he says that the front doesn't even match the original system, and the gaps and placements of the letters have a Photoshop style of appearance with the help of computer software. So the picture is I have the picture up, and that's right here. Then he says that the reset button is also a giveaway because the previous system didn't have printing on the buttons, but rather to the side. There's also no sign of a power button anywhere. It's actually just cut off in the picture. You can actually see the indent right there. What else does he say? Finally, there's an N64 logo, which when compared does look a little different with the lettering and the logo that's not exactly as bright as the original, but it could just be a printing thing. It's also not a very good picture either. So, I mean, what to do?
The fact that this guy literally broke this thing down and went through the spacing of the letters. And I get the reset button, but also you're looking at the new age stuff. I mean, if they change a little bit, you know, maybe they think when we made this console, maybe we should have put the reset on the button. So we're going to change that now because Nintendo's weird about stupid stuff like that. But I get what he's saying. But I wouldn't have had the time to go through that.
Me either. Anyway,
the fact that you know that much about Photoshop.
If only I knew that much. Anyway, guys, we talked. You and me talked.
We did.
In the week. Monday.
We did. Yes.
So that's the only other day that we've talked about this.
Yeah.
So we talked about like what games would be on the N64 Classic.
That have to be. There are some technicalities here.
Yes.
Because Microsoft now owns Rare.
And some of the Rare properties.
And really, when you think about what is a Nintendo game on that system, like, I can only come up with a handful that would be worthy of being put on there.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them that I put in, we talked about on Monday, was kind of just a bleh.
Well, I mean, we were trying to figure something out.
Because you have to get Rare or Microsoft to say, yes, we will allow you to use Rare, but obviously they're not going to let them do something that they are planning on putting out very soon.
Well, and all the previous rumors is that this was going to be coming out in December.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. Obviously. Because we would have heard some kind of chatter.
Well, maybe they would not be Nintendo's kind of crazy.
They're crazy, but they're also very conservative in certain aspects.
Yeah, you're right.
So, like, they do crazy things, but very conservatively. I don't know how else to explain it. Like, they're very... But also this explains Nintendo's recent attacks against ROMs.
Yes.
Very much so. But the biggest thing is I get that the Nintendo product, but a lot of those Nintendo products you're not selling on those systems. So therefore, you attacking these people for, you've got I can't think of one that's not on the Super Nintendo that would matter. The Mini.
On the Classic?
Yeah.
The one that isn't on there?
That is not on there, yes.
That is a Nintendo property?
Yeah. I was like, I know. No, I don't. No, I don't.
Mario All-Stars?
Yeah.
I don't think that's on there.
It's not on there, but you could use that. Mario All-Stars. Well, technically, Mario All-Stars is on the first NES Classic because it's 1, 2, and 3.
Actually, Mario All-Stars, they are 16-bit remakes.
Oh, huh? There you go.
It's not just the original. They're 16-bit remakes. They're different graphics.
Oh.
Blah.
Don't you bah me.
I did. I'm actually writing down games that could go on the 64, and there's a lot of Mario.
I mean, you're...
Mario.
Mario, and Mario, and more Mario.
And Mario's in other games in here that does not include him. At least, okay, he's in one of them. So, all right. So, Super Mario 64. Duh.
That's duh.
Dude, we don't even have to say that. Mario Kart 64.
Duh.
You don't even have to say that. Super Smash Brothers.
Duh.
Don't even have to say that. Star Fox 64.
Yeah.
Duh. Don't even have to say that. Kirby 64. Shattered, whatever that is. Says Kirby Shattered blah blah. I can't remember the name.
I can't remember.
But sure, that was a later release.
Yeah.
I think of Kirby. Donkey Kong 64. It's the one rare game they still own.
Yep.
Do it. Now.
Here's where it gets finicky.
Zelda Ocarina.
Ocarina and Majora's Mask. You have to.
Now, so then, of course, you're probably going to do a Mario Party.
Yeah.
At least one Mario Party.
Which is the more popular one? Is that 4?
Well, the first 3 are on 64, and that's it. So,
it'd have to be 3, 1, 2, or 3. Maybe 3.
I don't know.
I know 4 is very popular.
But then you have Mario Tennis, which is the first Mario Tennis game. Mario Golf. Wave Race 64.
Yeah.
They own Wave Race.
They own that.
F-Zero. There's an F-Zero game on it.
Right, but yeah, I knew that, but I didn't say it last time at work because
we got to put F-Zero on there.
Right, but you're running, now you have
3 racers.
3 racers, and then another one they own, Diddy Kong Racing.
Okay, here's the thing. That's where we talked about. Would they work with Rare to try and get Diddy Kong? Because Conker's in that. Is Banjo in that as well?
I have no idea.
I didn't look it up.
Let me look it up.
I know Conker is. I know they put Conker because that's technically the first appearance of Conker on the N64. Before they actually made Conker's Bad Fur Day, Conker was originally not a mature title. They were doing something different with it, and then they ended up making the game that they made that had a talking piece of shit. I mean, but along with you, like when you look at the top selling N64 games, I know I've done this before because we've done the N64 retrospective. So I'm looking it up right now. Top selling N64 games. So we're going into Wikipedia, good old Wikipedia. Mario Kart, GoldenEye, and you can't put GoldenEye on there.
He is. Banjo's theme instruments is...
All right, so you can't put GoldenEye on there for 2 reasons. 1, Rare made it. Number 2, Rare doesn't even own it because that is a rights issue with whoever owns James Bond.
Yep.
So not doing that. Pokemon Stadium. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, you can throw that on there. Did you say Excitebike 64?
I did not say that, but there's another Pokemon game that you could include in this. It's not as good, but it has a following for some reason. Pokemon Snap.
I was going to say the Snap, yeah.
And then Yoshi Story.
Yep. And then you have, Harvest Moon 64? Is that on there? Pretty sure there's Harvest Moon on that.
I'm pretty sure there was too. I mean, there's a Harvest Moon 64.
There has to be a Harvest Moon.
Paper Mario.
That one you have to put on there. There's almost. I mean,
that's like one of the only 2 RPGs that are on there.
Yeah.
Didn't even think about that one. Oh, dude, 1080 snowboarding.
Yes, you could.
Heck yeah. Now I said that
there it is.
Boop. I was saying that if you wanted to, you could try and work with LucasArts and EA to try and get Shadows of the Empire.
Yeah.
Now, I know some people will probably want Rogue Squadron more, but in my opinion, Shadows of the Empire, that's like a launch era type game.
Right.
Early game. It's a mixture of shooter, you do some space combat, some ship combat. I think that would be the one that I would go with.
Ready to Rumble.
See, we talked about Ready to Rumble, and I would love Ready to Rumble.
I like the game.
I don't know who owns it now, though.
But it's one of those ones like you could only find there.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a great game, but a lot of people didn't like it.
A game that I wish that you could put on there, but Rare owns it, so Microsoft owns it. Jet Force Gemini.
Yeah. The problem is that a lot of those really good games on the 64 are owned by somebody else.
Well, Rare was a second-party developer, and they only did 2 first parties.
Right.
That was Diddy Kong and Donkey Kong.
Yep.
And then after that, all the other stuff they did, Perfect Dark, GoldenEye, that was a license they got from somebody else. But Perfect Dark, Jet Force Gemini, Banjo-Kazooie, that's all Rare. They own that. If there's going to be a new Banjo or an old Banjo, Xbox is like, hey, no, we own Banjo now, guys.
Yeah, you can't have
That's on Rare Replay, which is a great buy. If you have any thought about getting an Xbox, pick up Rare Replay. You will not regret it. But I'm excited for one to come out, especially since we have the PlayStation 1 Classic coming out. And the fact is that we still don't know the other games of the damn PS1.
I know. It worries me.
It doesn't worry me as much as it annoys me.
Hey, here's these.
Yeah. So, Fallout.
Ooh, you're opening that can of worms now, huh?
So, we read just 2 days ago.
Yep.
The Fallout 76 leaker gets his Xbox and Twitter accounts. Twitter accounts? Really?
Really?
Gets his Xbox and Twitter accounts suspended. So what's going on here? Well, before the beta, some of the Microsoft folks that do testing for them, they're just guys like you and me who have a special program through Xbox where they get on and test stuff before stuff goes to a beta.
Yep.
So these guys got to play Fallout 76 and download it and play it. And of course, they're with this because it is a beta, and it's a closed, probably more likely a closed beta.
Yes.
There's an NDA. You can't talk about it. You can't take pictures. No video. No audio recording. You can't talk about the game unless you're instructed to or allowed to. And don't leave it unattended while running for other people to, oh, what's this? So, as a punishment to these terms, Microsoft reserves the right to terminate your Xbox Live account, user profile, and or device access to all or part of Xbox Live service without notice and for any reason. For any reason. You can sneeze on Xbox Live and Major Nelson hears you, and Major Nelson's like,
I don't like your sneeze.
He sneezed and it hurt my ears. I don't think Major Nelson would do that. He seems like a cool guy. But one player found out firsthand how serious Microsoft and Bethesda were about that, with a Reddit user saying that their friend posted a 1.5-minute video of the game to Twitter and which included their video or their username in the clip at one point, and the leaker's Twitter account has been taken down, along with his Xbox account, with the poster saying that the leaker could no longer buy Xbox Game Pass or anything else to the console.
Wow.
The leaker later got an email from Bethesda that said he wouldn't be able to participate in the stress test, nor could he partake in the game's beta until October 25th. Twitter support also informed the player that Bethesda was responsible for the Twitter account takedown. Those specifics weren't given on that subject. The Twitter account was later restored. The original poster said in a follow-up on Reddit, but the player's Xbox account is still being penalized for the leak. The second post said that the player's Xbox account is suspended from Live Gold, Game Pass, and the Xbox Insider program until January 1st.
Damn. Somebody got placed on the chopping block.
So since the beta in 76 itself requires an Xbox Live account to play, he ain't playing.
Nope. Not unless he gets another Xbox.
The player contacted Bethesda about the bans, with the studio were saying that it couldn't overturn the bans, but the user did regain access to his Twitter account. So Bethesda's like, hey, we can't control what Xbox did. You violated their stuff too.
Right.
Like,
they're saying, hey, you can play it, but you're no longer going to be a part of our stress test.
Well, yeah, because he was a part of the stress test, and like, yeah, you're done. You don't get access, and you can play the beta on October 25th. And he's like, but I can't. Xbox won't let me, and they're like,
not our problem.
Sorry, pal.
It's not. I mean, you violated both of their terms. So sorry for you, pal.
The Fallout 76 players are now preloading the beta. If you're on Xbox One,
Xbox, yep.
If you're on Xbox One and you pre-order the game, you can now preload the game's beta as ahead of its start date. The Fallout 76 beta, aptly called the early test application, hasn't begun yet, but that doesn't mean that they can't get a head start and get the damn game installed for probably how large it is. It's not really that bad, guys. It's going to be 43.47 gigabytes.
Let's see if I've got an email from them.
The evidence of the beta being downloadable is also shared with an image included in the post. to show that the download was in progress. A separate subreddit dedicated solely to Fallout 76, another user posted to say that those who bought the game digitally can now start downloading the beta. So,
I have not received.
Well, your test doesn't come until
right, but I was just wondering if they. I know that it's Xbox only, but at this point, but I was wondering maybe if they would do the kind of the hey, we're ready for everybody, but lock, because they're blocking everybody at this point.
Hide your kids, hide your wife, because they're blocking everybody out here.
Yeah.
So we got another game to talk about that we've been talking about leading up to the release. It seems like every week we got something new. The good old Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah.
So there's a new trailer coming out as we record this live on Twitch. Tomorrow will be the final launch trailer.
Yes.
So if you're hearing this on the day of, there's a new trailer out there, guys. Go watch it. Maybe we'll watch that for Plus, but you won't be there, will you, for Plus?
I will not. I will be at work.
Yes, you will. Too bad. So it's such a shame. Damn
I know.
Damn them. Anyway, I'll be rocking Plus on Sunday before I stream some more Metal Gear Solid 2. I don't think I'll finish that up before then, so I'll be streaming on Facebook Live, GameX Plus, and we'll watch that Red Dead Redemption trailer.
You will, yes. Yeah, with all them.
I will, without you.
I will watch it in the morning.
With or without you. Anyway, guys, some news that came out this week. Fallout.
What about Fallout?
Red Dead Redemption 2 has a near 60-hour campaign.
Which is awesome.
And they just cut 5 hours.
Put it back. Don't cut it. Put it back.
Put
it back.
The acting for Red Dead Redemption Story Mode is now complete. But as release day approaches, 5 hours of the 65-hour game are dumped. They cut it.
That's not bad, though.
The number only appears to pertain to the main game, as well as there being even more to do once the players drift away from the main game to do its side missions. Dan Houser from Rockstar said that the game's cut parts of the game that they felt were superfluous.
Sure.
Superfluous. F-L-U-O-U-S.
All right, then. It's the first time I heard that word.
They said it didn't mesh well with the game. In other words, it's almost like you had like you had stuff in the story that just didn't really seem like that it fit with the rest of it. We removed a mission on a train where you had to deal with bounty hunters because it was fun at first, but then it wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? I trust their judgment, though.
Part of the process is always about compromise. In horse trading, everyone always loses bits of the game that they love. So, with that, we move on to what apparently was there's some argument going on about how many hours some people who developed the game worked on it.
Yes.
So apparently, the rumor is putting in up to 100-hour work weeks, which is ridiculous. Several people have been put into an uproar, with some swearing they won't even touch the game due to these conditions.
It's dumb.
To be fair, Rockstar isn't the first publisher to utilize crunch time as what is being called as, getting their game ready towards the end. And it more than likely won't be the last. And the company did note in a recent interview with Vulture that it's not about pushing its employees to the limits. Rockstar's team recently pointed out on a particular quote from Dan Houser. He's the vice president of creative. He noted, "There seems to be some confusion arising from my interview with Harold Goldberg. The point I was trying to make in the article was related to how the narrative and dialogue in the game was crafted, which is mostly what we talked about, not the different processes of the wider team. After working on the game for 7 years, the senior writing team, which consists of 4 people, Mike Unsworth, Rupert Humphreys, Laszlo, and myself, had, as we always do, 3 weeks of intense work when we wrapped up everything. 3 weeks, not years. We have all worked together for the last 12 years now, and we feel like we need to get everything finished. After so many years of getting things organized and ready on this project, we needed to check and finalize everything. More importantly, we obviously don't expect anyone else to work this way. Across the whole company, we had some senior people who work very hard purely because they're passionate about a project or their particular work, and we believe their passion shows in the games that we release. But that additional effort is a choice, and we don't ask or expect anyone to work anything like this. Lots of other senior people work an entirely different way and are just as productive. I am not one of them. Not one senior or junior is ever forced to work hard. I believe we go to great lengths to run a business that cares about its people and to make the company a great place to work.
That sounds pretty sincere to me.
So, former Rockstar dev says his work there was like working with a gun to your head.
Huh.
So, Job J. Stauffer is no stranger when it comes to speaking up and out about potential mistreatment. He was also one of the developers that lent his voice following the abrupt shutdown of Telltale Games. And he's now speaking out again about his own experience when working on Rockstar's Grand Theft Auto franchise. The picture he paints is not so flattering to the company. When Kotaku's Jason Schreier put out a tweet asking for first-hand accounts of what it's like working for the company, Stauffer immediately took to the thread to lend his own experience. In a responding tweet, he mentioned, "It was been nearly a decade since I parted from Rockstar, but I can assure you that during the GTA 4 era, it was like working with a gun to your head 7 days a week. Be there Saturday and Sunday too, just in case Sam or Dan come in. They want to see everyone working as hard as them." He then added in a separate thread that there was an instance in 08 or 09 where I legitimately had the flu, needed a day off, went to the doctor, got a prescription for Tamiflu, had an allergic reaction, tweeted a photo, then got put on notice for not coming into work and fooling around on Twitter instead. True story, effing crazy. Since then, Hauser has released a statement that I just read. And, obviously it's like his, so now there's this guy who's said, I had a terrible experience working there and it was awful. And they want us to work as hard as they do. And he said in his statement, I work hard. The four of us work hard.
Right.
We're here. We work. We're not here to fool around. But he says he doesn't expect anybody else to work like that. If
right.
you do, awesome. But and would I doubt that there are some people who feel like they have to, because they feel like maybe there's some sort of, because any workplace, we work at a place where there's a lot of drama.
Yes.
You're telling me there's no drama at places like this?
Well,
there's got to be.
Here's the thing, though. I understand the company of putting on notice for being on Twitter. If you're sick, I mean, yeah, you can tweet it and stuff, but in their line, it's like, hey, don't be messing around on stuff. Mm-hmm. If you're sick, you're sick.
Twitter was still new at the time, too.
Right.
I mean, not new, but
new-ish.
Only a few years old. It's not like people within that really understood, because Twitter right now is just considered like another outlet.
Yeah,
they say, hey, I'm sick. Here's a picture of me sick. And if I did that, if I called off and I did that, our company wouldn't give a crap.
No.
But so it's different. It is different. Do I feel like that there may be some pressure for people to work like that? Yes. Because there's always the pressure.
There's always going to be pressure of hey, we need that done as soon as you can get it done. We really need you to get it done. They really need you to get it done.
They're not going to tell you to.
They're not going to say, hey, you need to be here 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. That's what this guy is painting the picture of. But everything can be misconstrued as, yeah, they set that out. Hey, don't be messing around on Twitter. Mm-hmm. But they have the right to say, hey, we don't want you to be, shouldn't be messing around, be like us taking off work, and then just so we can Twitch stream.
Right.
They don't care, but
they would care if it was another issue where it wasn't just calling off work. If it was you were claiming you had a medical condition.
Yeah.
That is
FMLA abuse.
Yes, FMLA, yes, that kind of stuff. Even more so if you're making money.
Actually, you cannot make money during work if you use any. If it's a PTO day, it's fine, but any FMLA or anything like that, you can be fired on the spot.
Yep.
So,
dude got fired for selling
car parts
on eBay.
Yep.
So, one last Red Dead Redemption 2 preload date and download size revealed. Get it?
Yeah, boy.
So we're less than 10 days away from this recording from Red Dead Redemption 2, and it promises to be another big adventure. 10 days? Was it really 10 days? Yeah, it is today. Okay, I'm making sure this wasn't like a day old, and I'm sounding like an idiot. Actually, if you're listening to this the next day, I am sounding like an idiot.
It's 11, but it's all right.
Well, it's actually 9 if it's tomorrow.
Oh yeah. Sorry,
you idiot.
Yeah, I'm an idiot.
Okay, so basically,
what system is Dead to Rights on?
Not the PS1.
Not the PS1. Okay.
If you take a look at the games listing on the PlayStation Store via your console, not the online game store, which doesn't have it listed, the Red Dead Redemption 2 clocks in at around 89.2 gigabytes. That's actually smaller than 100 gigabytes that most people estimated, but still pretty hefty and right in line with what the Xbox One version will clock in at. In fact, the game is so massive it might actually, this is another rumor, that it's going to take up 2 discs in the
the rumor
physical
of 2
version.
discs. It'd be the first time we've had a dual disc game.
Right, so that way you wouldn't have to do install a disc and then download the rest. You would have that way if you don't have internet access right there.
I think that it is going to be a total of 105 because when they drop the multiplayer.
Good point.
Because you said 89 for the story mode.
Yep.
So
another 15,
20. I mean, that's not unheard of.
And it's using it's just reusing like a lot of the in-game assets.
Right. It's going to be using that a lot, but
what's already installed.
You have other stuff to add in.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, the multiplayer interaction would be a large chunk of that. But that leads me to believe that we're going to look at, if you want to get the full experience, 100% online and everything, it's going to be 105 or more because you'll have your patches.
So if you're going to buy this game and download it, have fun with that. But good news for you guys. You can start preloading Red Dead Redemption 2 on Friday, October 19th.
When is the drop?
The drop is the next week on October 25th at midnight Eastern Standard Time.
So the 19th was
19th is preload.
So you got 6 days.
Yeah.
Well, 5
but I mean, you'll be able to start it, get it downloaded, and then you'll be ready to go. You'll have a week to get it done. So that's awesome that they're giving a week for that. You just won't be able to launch it. It won't let you. It'll be locked, and it'll come unlocked around midnight. So
that'd be cool for those guys that are really, really looking forward to it. It's not us because you're looking forward to it.
I'm hyped as hell.
But you're not going to stay up till midnight to.
No, but when it does come in the mail, I'm making my wife put it in my console.
Yes.
But it's like 2 discs, so it's like, is she going to have to figure out what to do? Like, put the second disc in, and when does she do that? She's not going to know what to do. I'm screwed. We have to work that Saturday, too.
Of course we do.
So, my first day with it, I won't even going to have a full weekend with it. I'll have to work. But I'm super excited for Red Dead Redemption 2. I really hope that nobody was forced to work those kind of conditions.
I feel like they're not.
It's not going to stop me from playing the game.
No.
At all. I'm not that kind of guy. I will stand up and fight for these guys, but I guess I'm just not that good of a person. I'm too hyped for this game. I want to play it. I've been hyped. Like, that would be like, dude, you know that game you've been hyped for the last 2 years? Yeah. The people who made it, they were like chained up at their desks and they couldn't do it. And you're like, but it releases in like a week.
Why would you tell me this?
I've had it. I mean, they've already got my money. I've had it paid off for a year and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, guys. No more news for today. In fact, it's like an hour into the show. We're done.
We're not done.
I know we're not done. I'm teasing, guys. I have pickups.
Yes,
we didn't do pickups first because I've kind of decided to redo the format where we do pickups last.
Yep. And this is the first time that we've redone the formula that we've had pickups.
It's a long time since we actually had. Well, because here lately, even since we started doing like the video live streaming stuff again, it's just been, I got a game, or I got this, or I got the, it's very small things, very quick things. I actually went to my local disc replay, and I got a movie, and I went through and I found something else, and then I found something else, and then I'm like, well, buy 5 get one free. So then the hunt began.
Yep.
So going through here, I found this game a year ago, and then I'm like, I'm gonna buy this on payday, and then it was gone, and then I didn't see it again until now. Star Wars Racer Revenge.
Yeah.
See if I can get that without a glare.
Good luck.
There. So what is it's on the PlayStation 2, and this is basically Star Wars Pod Racer 2.
Yep.
Except this one's developed by Rainbow Studios, who made ATV Off-Road Fury.
Yeah.
So what is this game about? On the back itself, fight to the finish line at 600 miles per hour. Seems dangerously fast. Race against 18 of the most aggressive, unforgiving pod racers in the universe, with supercharged AI keeping you into the thick of action. Experience blistering speeds with all new pod racers on 13 hair-raising courses across 5 worlds on your way to win the Bunta Eve Classic. Smash your opponents into twisted wreckage on your way to victory. Of course, it does come with the instruction booklet.
Woohoo.
And, of course, it also comes with a nice little movie gallery sticker on the disc, which if you remove it will pretty much destroy your disc. But look at that.
Yeah.
You see that, guys? It's a good old blue back. A good old blue back. And a blue back, of course, for in the PlayStation terms, means that this is a CD-ROM. You don't see like those all like I remember when you first saw the advertising for the PS2 and it just showed the blue disc.
Yeah.
Oh, they're all going to be blue. Nope, just those. Because they ended up going to DVD media.
Yep.
Second PS2 game I picked up. I never heard of this. Maybe I have. It seems slightly familiar, but I've never played it, and I would have to like. I might have seen this in a video, like a Metal Jesus Rocks video, or somebody like, hey, this game got thrown in there, and I went, oh, cool. And that was probably the only time I've ever heard of it. It was kind of like when I watched a Game Sack, and I saw Shadowrun on the Genesis, and I saw it, didn't even hear it, think of it. I never played it when I was a kid, so like when I saw the game in the midst of like Veronica's Genesis stash, she goes, you want any of these? And I'm like, I got to save some money for the rest of my game hunt. She goes, $3 a piece. So I'm like, I'll take Earthworm Jim, I'll take Street Fighter, and I'll take this one because I vaguely don't remember this one. I think I remember it. And I looked, I went and looked it up. I'm like, why do I remember this? I never played this game. Why did I buy it?
What is this?
But it was from GameSack, so that kind of stuff happens. I spiderwebbed out of control on that one.
You did.
PlayStation 2, Shadow of Destiny. No, there we go. So what is this game? It's made by Konami. Murder has been committed. Your own. You're dead. Travel back in time to solve the thought-provoking puzzles as you unravel the mystery of your own death. See how your actions in the past change the course of the events in the future. You have the power to prevent your death, identify your killer, and change your own destiny. Use it wisely. It features solve puzzles in various ways while finding clues to reach the killer. In various ways.
Sure thing.
Watch a highly detailed European town change as different time periods are visited. Numerous endings to the storyline. New scenarios are unlocked as the game is replayed. 10 massive chapters and full voiceover for all characters.
Woohoo!
Comes with the manual and a Game Exchange sticker of Lafayette back when they were in their old location.
Yeah.
I miss Game Exchange.
I do too.
Or Gaming HQ, what they turned into. Anyway, I saw this. It seemed interesting. I'm like, is this a horror game? And I looked it up. It's got a decent score online. It's not a great score. But they said it's definitely an oddity. It came out in 2001. Early PS1 game. PS3. This one was the free game. Remember Me. And this came out. It's from Capcom. I remember this coming out. I think I have it on PS Plus, maybe. It's a pretty decent action game. And
360.
And did you ever play it?
I don't think so.
So it's in Neo Paris. 2084, a world where memories can now be digitized and traded. That's kind of cool.
It is pretty
There are
neat.
no secrets anymore. One company controls all memory data. There are some willing to stand against them. Nilin, Nilin.
Yeah.
Nilin, an elite memory hunter, has had her memory wiped. Now she must fight to get it back. I've been wanting to get this on physical copy for a while, and I got it for like $4. So
You got it for free because it was a free game.
well, yeah, it was a free game. Gears of War 4, Xbox One, Ultimate Edition. This is the Steelbook Edition. There's a reason why I bought this one. I'm a guy that I'm not a big Steelbook guy.
Yeah.
But the reason why I picked it up is because it still has a slipcover. So if this is up on my game shelf with everything else, it's not going to look too different
Right.
from all the other ones. So that's number one. Number two, I'm like, oh, this is $10, while the regular edition is $17.
Right.
Hello. All right. Now, I have this on Game Pass. Why am I buying a physical copy? That's why.
Yes.
The Microsoft Store not for resale number, or customer number. So somebody bought this from the Microsoft Store. I love finding these, especially in this area.
Yeah, because we're so far away.
Well, and we do have a Microsoft Store in Indy, but I don't know if this is where these come from because I found, and I showed this on Game Addicts Plus. I didn't bring it with me. My copy of Crimson Skies in the original Xbox has a big sticker, "Do not for resale, Microsoft Store purchase."
Right.
And it has a spot for you to write down your store ID or your employee ID number.
Yeah.
And it's blank. I know. And it's like big smack dab on the cover. Like you can't even see the box art. So I saw that, and it looks like somebody tried to take it off.
It does.
And so I'm like, that is neat. $10 because I found the other item, like the big item. I found that, and then I found this and went, okay, I guess I'm buying stuff today. And of course, it comes with the game. Good old Xbox One cases with their disc on the left-hand side. Trying to be weird. I got my season pass code, which is probably long gone. I need to try it really just to make sure.
It'd be funny if it was still there.
What does the season pass include? The Ultimate Edition includes Xbox 360 Gears of War collection for use on the Xbox One. That is all 4 games, 1, 2, 3, and Judgment. I already have them. Oh, okay, more stuff. Vintage VIP pack, 24 maps, developer playlist, and 6 gear packs.
Cool.
But another thing why I also bought it has all the stickers in it still.
Huh.
Yeah. I love finding little gems like this. It's like this person got this and didn't care. And
Play the game, probably was like, eh.
I like Gears. I don't love Gears. It's a cover shooter. It's fun. I think it's more fun with other people. A couch co-op. Sit back and have fun and drink some beers or some monsters and maybe make some barbecued pork chops.
Yeah.
And some potato wedges.
I wonder who did that.
That day that we were supposed to do other stuff and didn't do anything else.
We did nothing but food.
Anyway.
The big item.
Metal Gear Solid 4 Limited Edition. So I bought this game when it came out day one. I was at work. I worked there. You didn't. It was in 2008.
Yeah, I didn't.
June of 2008. I was a temporary.
Iraq.
I was on day shift. I was working. This is just information that you and very few people who are listening to this will ever know. I was working down for Body down in Prep.
Yep.
And could not wait to get out of there. We worked 10 hours.
Of course we did.
I was getting anxious and ready to get out of there. I ran to the Mart of Wall because I didn't want to go to the Devil's Playground. I was going to go because when I got there, I didn't see any copies. They had 2 copies left, and they were not out. The dude had them, and I'm like, "Do you have any copies left?" He goes, "These 2." He goes, "I was getting ready to buy this one." And then the other one was for his buddy. I'm like, he goes, "But he's not here." Beep. Here you go. Got my game. Went home. Told my wife to leave me alone. You will not talk to me during cutscenes, during dialogue. You do, you die. This game, Metal Gear Solid 4, was the finale.
Cherry on top.
To the series. Because they ended up going back and they did Peace Walker and they did 5. The Phantom Pain. Which is a prequel to this, so it still all ties in. Basically, what Phantom Pain, GTA, I almost said GTA, MGS5, what that does is that closes the circle from the past events into the current timeline.
Yeah.
This is the end of the timeline, other than Rising, which is the spinoff with Raiden.
Yeah.
That takes place after this. It's fun to play. The story's not quite there. This is the end of the series. It had a lot to wrap up because with Metal Gear Solid 2, they left you with a lot more questions than answers. And when you played Metal Gear Solid 3, they answered none of that.
Yeah.
In fact, they just gave you more stuff to wonder about.
But they actually answered some of your questions. You just didn't know it.
Exactly. Not until this game do you realize they answered it. It's right there in front of you. You're just not picking up on it. So I played the crap out of that game. I got it on a Tuesday. I had it beat by Saturday. Played the crap out of it. But a friend of ours, he got this because he used to work at GameStop. And I was jealous. And now I have it.
I am no longer jealous.
And I am no longer jealous. So what does this include? It includes the game with a not for resale.
Yeah.
Which means it's exclusive to this bundle. Look at this manual. Oh, it got bent.
Well, it don't look very good now.
No.
I
got another manual.
Does it look that good, though?
Yeah, probably. I never take it out. Look at how thick that son of a gun is.
It is thick.
I mean, this is back when we still got manuals. And they actually draw and they show you how to play the game.
Yeah.
With comic book strips. So, you get the game. They have now edited Metal Gear. That's why it slipped out of there. That's why it got all bent. Get back in there. They have now gone through with an update. You can no longer access Metal Gear Online for this. Not even from the menu. When you boot this in there, it's like, there's a big-ass update for this. What it also allows you to do is it allows you to install the entire game onto your hard drive to where you no longer have to do chapter by chapter.
Yeah.
Chapter by chapter installs, which when you first played the game, you would get one big install, and it would take 7 minutes. And then after that, when you would go to Chapter 2, you would have to install Chapter 2. It would take 2 minutes. And then you go to Chapter 3, you'd have to take 2 minutes. And you would just get a screen of Old Snake sitting there smoking a cigarette. And it's like, he lights it up, and it's like, it's giving you gameplay tips. And when he lights up, he goes, caution, smoking is hazardous to your health. And then when he's sitting there smoking, and he goes, he taps it and goes, do not litter. and it's like playing for more than 2 hours, playing for more than 90 minutes can cause eye strain. Please go take a break. Oh, dude, they're being trolls. But what does this also come with, other than that fancy different case? Comes with the making of Blu-ray. And what's on the making of Blu-ray? We have the Chapter 1 is Hideo Kojima's Gene, Eternal Perspective. Making of Metal Gear Solid 4 External Perspective with 8 chapters. The opening cinematics by Logan, which looks at some other stuff. And then, of course, you get the Metal Gear Solid 4 original soundtrack on CD. And on the back of this, it tells you, spoilers. This Blu-ray disc contains several spoilers from the game. It's highly recommended that you complete the game first before watching this disc. I love that.
Good for them for putting that in there.
Yeah. Kojima's super proud of the stuff that he does, and he wants his people to enjoy it, his fans. So happy to add this gem to my PS3 collection. I really like collecting for the PS3. It's just that the games that I really need now for it are starting to become like a little bit more than what I want to pay right now for my collecting.
Yeah.
I'm getting out of the cheap range and getting to the point where this is like almost $20 per game. And it's like, or more. Some of them are more. So it's like, being a cheap collector is awesome. I could go to you can always hit up garage sales, but what garage sale am I ever going to find this? Also, one last thing for the Metal Gear Solid 4 limited edition. This was only available through GameStop.
Oh, yeah.
Just like the Mass Effect Collector's Edition was only available. For a while there in Mass Effect Collector's Edition, that one was only available online through GameStop. Weird world we live in.
I don't like those exclusive to here, exclusive to there things.
I like it now because I have it.
You like it now, but
and I also have 2 of the Mass Effect. Well, 1.5.
Yeah,
because I don't have a complete copy of one of the collectors, but I bought the other one. So yeah, those are my pickups, and I'm probably good for pickups for a while. I'm not going to be buying any other games probably until Red Dead. Red Dead will keep me good. I might grab a couple for Christmas, just depending, because I want to pick up Octopath on Switch.
Yeah, there you go.
I want to pick
That's
up Valkyria Chronicles 4 because I've been curious. I want to pick up a few more Switch games. I do want to pick up Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
So I want to pick that up, and that might be it for games.
I think I'm good where I'm sitting. Because Fallout.
Yeah, Fallout will keep
all the
busy.
gameplay that I saw. Yeah.
And then, of course, going into the next year, Resident Evil and Kingdom Hearts 3 will be keeping me busy as well. So I'm probably not going to be it's kind of weird how, so much of our early episodes of the podcast, we were both really heavy in collecting.
Yes.
I really should have started this podcast back in 2014. I had 30 to 60 games a month added to my collection.
Yeah.
And so there would always be a bunch of new games. In fact, that's kind of what, if you follow us along on our podcast, when we do holiday stuff or when we take a week off, and I put up one of the pickup video retrospectives where I put up some old pickup videos that I used to do for YouTube.
Yeah.
That was basically, that's kind of what I'm doing now. It's like, all right, all that stuff I did before, yeah, let's put it here, because that's kind of what begat this podcast in a way.
Yes.
In fact, one of those last videos is going to have you in it, because we've already been, because at that point we were doing the podcast and I was still doing pickup videos.
Is that the one where I'm standing in your
in my hot ass game room?
In your hot ass game room, where we're both sweating to death.
Yeah. All right. So then I actually filmed one more pickup video, my last one.
Mm-hmm.
And then I realized there was a whole stack of games I forgot, and then I just never released it. So
maybe you'll release that.
I don't even know if I have it anymore. I think I deleted it because I got so mad.
Yeah, it happens.
Well, because I just put everything else up. I put everything up. I was like, all right, game room is clean. And then I came back in the next day, and there was a whole stack that it was sitting right there. I don't know why I didn't see it. I was like, I didn't talk about any of those games. And there was stuff in there I really wanted to talk about. Big, important stuff that So,
yeah.
Pretty angry about it. You're going to knock over the light, Zuki. He goes, your vision is based off movement. You cannot see me.
You're a T-Rex.
Anyway, that's about all I got for this week. Episode 99.
I know. One more left.
One more left for one hundo. Next week, guys, we're going to be talking about the Wii and Wii U.
Yes.
We're going to be talking
the forgotten consoles.
Well, Wii certainly wasn't forgotten.
No.
Wii U is, though. Wii U is kind of like that redheaded stepchild of the Nintendo consoles. But we're going to be showing it some love because I went when I was game hunting. I looked at the library and I was looking at some of them going, no, yeah, because even though I had plenty of money to spend, I didn't want to spend it all because I still wanted to pay you off.
Right.
And I could have went in and I could have went hog wild and bought me some Wii U games, but I'm like, that's good. I have a good score. I got some great games. I got some really unique stuff I want to try. So
yep.
I'm really happy with that.
Hopefully we can move into phase 2 of the setup up here. That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is that I'm really excited about, taking the show back into the video realm.
Yes.
Without having to edit it and render it. That stuff
great?
is done for me. That's like
great,
the best part. I love that crap. But I'm also excited, because we do the show every single week anyway.
Yep.
And now, even if we're not together, we can do it.
Yep.
And then, of course, if we want anybody else to come on, like we had over the summer, our good friend Jason Brett from the UK,
yes,
we can find a way to get him in on the show and on video because we could see him, and our listeners couldn't before, and now, of course, we could do that. And,
right.
Like when he showed us his vinyl where he had that Sonic. Sonic
yeah.
vinyl. Yeah,
man, that was cool.
Yeah. My back hurts. Does your back hurt?
No.
My back hurts from running earlier. I don't run.
I know. And I was like running behind him, like, I really don't want to run. Why are we running? She dropped this.
Well,
okay,
I was trying to be a nice guy, and she was up there. I don't think
she was.
I don't think we could have caught her if we'd have just walked.
If we would have walked, we wouldn't have caught her. I mean, she is slow.
Yeah.
But not that slow.
I mean, she was waddling.
Oh, she is prego.
Yeah. She is expecting. Well, don't knock over the lights, Zuki.
He's going to. We better wrap this up before he does.
All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for checking out episode 99 of the Game Addicts podcast. We appreciate each and every single one of you. Yes. All of our 1,000 strong followers on Podbean. Thank you guys so much. I forgot to mention that last week. Altogether, we hit 1,000. I think we're at like 1,015 now. We keep rolling and trucking along.
Thanks, guys.
All of you other podcasts and all of you listeners that follow us on the great platform of Podbean. We appreciate every single one of you. Thank you guys so much. And, of course, we're on podcast services all over the place. We are on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, Stitcher, Google, and we're even on YouTube. The video live feed that we put here goes over there on YouTube, as well as the audio version as well, if you want to download us on YouTube Music or something like that. I don't know if that's available on there. It might or might not be, but that one will hopefully be a little bit easier on your data if it's not, if it's not rendering a full video. So I don't know how that logistically works, but video's available if you want to see our beautiful faces and our pickups and all that kind of, and his posters, and soon we're gonna put some other stuff here, and it might be a different color.
Yeah, because it's we got a little glare.
It's actually not too bad to glare. It's bad today. It's like almost like
right there.
like it's like right there, and it's like divided in between the Ganondorf and the Voltec, but so it's not too bad. I'm really white because it's like
yeah.
You're over there.
That's phase 2.
You're shadowy and all that stuff.
Phase 2 lighting.
Yeah, phase 2 is lighting. But anyway, of course, if you want to help support us, please like and rate and subscribe to our podcast on your favorite platform of choice. And, of course, check us out on Twitch at twitch.tv/GameAddictsPlay, and on our social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Game Addicts Play, where we post and keep you guys updated to what we are doing and what's going on in our realm and world. Of course, remember, November 3rd, Saturday, we are streaming live on Twitch for the Extra Life charity stream.
Yes.
At least 12 hours here, maybe some more after I get some sleep, where we hope that you'll watch along and donate to a great cause. Mike, thank you for joining me on episode 99. We'll see you next week.
Yes,
for episode 100.
100.
Until then, I've been Brando.
And I've been Mike.
Game on, guys. Later. Have a good one.
Peace.